其实我觉得区别没有那么大，我们都是人嘛。
I'm from Scandinavia, and the decision making is very consensus driven, whereas I think in Asia, especially East Asia, it can be a bit more top down and hierarchical. You know, if the CEO says it, you're doing it.
There's definitely differences between the two. I think that the most noticeable one, especially if you talk about like different categories, is kind of the adoption in Asia. I think happens a lot more rapidly.
You see like communities like in Vietnam, we have 20 million people who are pretty active in crypto. Korea we don't have access to, but it's a pretty active community as well. Southeast Asia in general. Some of it coincides with gaming, some of it coincides with just the growth of a lot of Asian exchanges.
What I love about what I experienced in the East is really like gaming and these other things coming alive, where you're using blockchain and you have tokens, but it's not a financial asset. You can think of it as more of a cultural asset, something just having a mimetic value or being fun.
Asian builders, in my experience, the key strength they have, if I would generalize, is the speed. I think a lot of the Europeans can be quite strong technically. They have strong academic backgrounds often. I think the thing that characterizes American builders is that they have the biggest ambition, and we have a lot to learn from that.
We started in London and we had this very neutral position between East and West, which is actually quite useful to cover the US and cover Asia, and to be global from day one. Now the institutional interest is more coming, it's a bit of a mix. The funds are more in the US nowadays, and there's more money, there's more position taking, I would say, from the US perspective.
I think in the West, what we have now is regulatory clarity. So I think that's why you're seeing a lot of like stablecoin innovation come out of the US now, and a lot of major financial institutions start to get comfortable with playing in crypto, getting on crypto rails.
We're seeing a very aggressive moves from the lawmakers from the U.S., whether it's a federal level or state level. They're fastly adopting this technology.
Actually, we see Asian banks, especially in Singapore, to actually be just much more open to crypto. So I think it's quite interesting. I don't know if it's just the younger generation or the Asian mindset that's a bit more entrepreneurial, maybe.
The beauty of crypto is that it's decentralized. I think that's also true geographically. It's not like tech more broadly, where Silicon Valley was sort of the main hub.
在西方，我们大部分的工作都是开会做的，但在亚洲更多的工作是吃饭的时候，或者是出去玩的时候，才会真正的找到机会。